In a valley nestled between two flowing rivers, there lived a young woman named Elara. Elara was known for her kind heart, but she carried a heavy burden. Her mind was a crowded room, filled with the voices of what everyone else wanted for her. Her parents wanted her to be a successful merchant. Her friends wanted her to be adventurous and social. The village elders wanted her to be traditional and obedient. Elara tried to be all of these things, but in trying to please everyone, she had forgotten who she was. She felt like a leaf tossed in the wind, with no direction of her own. Her heart felt empty, and a quiet sadness was her only constant companion. She often looked at the river and wished she could be like it, flowing steadily in one direction, knowing exactly where it was going. One day, a traveling musician passed through the village. He saw the sadness in Elara's eyes. He told her of a wise old woman who lived alone on a high plateau, a place where the wind was said to speak the truth. She doesn't give answers, the musician said, but she helps people listen to their own hearts. A spark of hope lit inside Elara. She decided she would make the journey. She packed a small bag and began the long climb to the plateau. The path was steep and difficult, and many times she wanted to turn back. But the thought of finding her own path kept her going. After 3 days, she reached the top. There in a small, windswept clearing was a simple hut. In front of it sat an old woman, not in quiet meditation, but busy tending a small, chaotic garden. Elara approached her. "Wise mother," she said, her voice trembling a little, "I am lost. I am pulled in so many directions that I feel I am nothing at all. I don't know my own heart. Can you help me?" Elara forgot about the carrots and beans. She simply watched the patch and helped along what was already there. She pulled the weeds that choked, but she let the strange, new things flourish. Her garden was not neat. It was not organized, but it was bursting with life. It was a beautiful, wild, and unique mix of plants. After a week, she stood back and looked at her garden. It was small, but it was strong, and it was hers. She felt a deep, quiet joy. She turned to Sarina. I think I understand," Elara said. Sarina smiled, her wrinkles deepening. "Your heart is just like this patch of earth, Elara. Stop trying to plant in it what others tell you to. Stop pulling out the unique, wild things that are trying to grow. Listen to it. Nurture what is already there. Your own joy, your own peace, your own path. They're already inside you, just waiting for permission to grow." Elara's eyes filled with tears, but they were not tears of sadness. They were tears of relief. She finally understood. Peace was not about finding a single, perfect path. It was about allowing her own, unique, and sometimes messy life to flourish, just as it was. Elara thanked the old woman and began her journey home. When she returned to the village, she was no longer the restless leaf. She was like the river, flowing with a quiet, steady purpose. She didn't become a merchant. She became a healer, using the wild herbs she now understood. She didn't try to please everyone. She simply lived, and her own authentic life was more beautiful than any life others could have planned for her. And in her heart, where the crowded voices used to be, there was now a peaceful, wild garden. If you found this story helpful, please give it a like and share it with those who might be searching for their own path. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories to calm your mind and inspire your heart. Thank you for being here with us. Until next time, stay true and be well. She led Elara to a small, empty patch of earth in the corner of her garden. "This patch is yours," she said. "I want you to plant a garden here. But there is one rule. You must plant only what this small piece of land wants to grow." Elara was confused. "How can I know what the land wants?" "You must listen," Sarina replied, and then she went back to her own wild garden, leaving Elara alone. For the first day, Elara did nothing but sit and watch the patch of earth. She felt foolish. On the second day, she brought seeds she had seen in Serina's shed, neat rows of carrots and beans. She tilled the soil perfectly and planted them, just as her parents had taught her. She watered them and waited. But the seeds did not sprout. Instead, a tiny, stubborn wildflower pushed its way up in the corner. Elara, annoyed, plucked it out. The next day, 2 more wildflowers appeared. She plucked them too. She kept watering her empty rows of beans, but only the wildflowers seemed to want to grow. She grew frustrated. "This is impossible. This land is stubborn and useless," she cried. Serina heard her and came over, holding a cup of tea. "You are not listening, child," she said softly. "You are telling the land what you want it to be. You are treating it just as you have been treated." Elara stopped. She looked at the old woman and then back at the patch of earth. "You have brought your parents' wishes for carrots and your village's rules for neat rows," Serina said. "But you have not listened to the soil. Why not help that little wildflower grow? See what happens." Elara felt something shift inside her. She looked at the stubborn patch of earth, and, for the first time, she felt a connection to it. She left the next wildflower that appeared. She watered it. She cleared the rocks from its path. Soon, another type of plant she didn't recognize, a wild-looking herb, began to grow beside it. It had a strong, spicy smell. Then a tough, vining squash began to spread.